Usual disclaimer, enjoy what you see here today, but don't start practicing on your friends or family with any of your newfound skills or abilities. Right, so this lady, it's the first time she's been to us in over a year. She was last with us before lockdown number 1 and wasn't aware that we had reopened. So you can see now that this lady has a year's worth of growth. Now her nails are quite normal in that they're not all fungally or anything like that, but obviously they are incredibly long and have been very uncomfortable. Now, all UK podiatrists have been able to reopen to most patients since about June time. So this lady could have come to us sooner and not let them get into quite such a state. As you can see, these nails are folded over the ends of the toes. Everybody is different when their nails grow long. You see this stuff now that I'm kind of taking off, this is like dead skin. It kind of just goes under the nail and kind of sticks to the toe. So I gently just kind of like lift it up and it comes away quite nice there. And obviously this big fella is about to go. So yeah, there's no fungal infections, anything like that. The discoloration is mainly because of this debris that collects behind the nail. So they're classed as normal nails. They are just really long, and obviously they become incredibly uncomfortable in the shoes. This is about the second or third patient this week that I have seen who has very long and neglected nails because they weren't aware that we were currently open. Unfortunately, many of the older populations aren't on the internet or very confident in using the internet. And so obviously we do advertise that we are open on all of our social media and website, but if they don't have access to these things, they're not aware. And it's often something that they don't mention to their families. Again, some more of that kind of scurfy stuff. It just comes away really easily. Yeah, often it's not something that is brought up. So people can have really good family who are very involved in looking after or helping their parents or, family member. But taking their shoes and socks off isn't often something they will do. And neither is it the family members kind of thing to ask them to remove their shoe and sock. And often the first sign that there's anything wrong, because there would be an assumption that the patient is managing their own care adequately, or it just doesn't occur, is if they're noticed to be limping or they can't wear their footwear, and then the family member will sort of say, "Oh, what's the problem?" and they take the sock off, and they're usually horrified at the length and the state of the nails there. So it's not willful neglect or anything like that, but many people see, as you can see, these ones is the other foot now. These are, I've got a nice before and after later on in the video. These are really curled over. Like I say, they're different for different people. Some stick straight up, some kind of curve right over along the kind of shape of the toe like these. Some kind of stick out a bit further and then start to curve. I have seen it where they've grown so long that they're literally curving right over and then sticking into the big pad at the bottom of the foot, where the ball joints are. Now, if they're left to grow too long, they do cause wounds. They start literally digging in. Like with that big one there, much longer, and that one would be kind of pressuring that second toe, the one next to it, and causing a wound. We do see that is not uncommon at all. You can get like a corn formation even initially where the nail is repeatedly pressing in footwear, and like I say, it's a really easy fix for us. It really doesn't take long whatsoever to sort this out. Now, as you can see, the big one here is growing at quite an angle. It's not growing straight up like normal nails usually do. Now, this is usually due to trauma over the years. Nails can grow on a bit of a wonk, which obviously can cause problems to the toe next to it for reasons we've just discussed, where it can just grow straight into the toe next and often leave an indentation. Now there's no real indentation with this, so much longer, like I say, and this would have been a big problem for this lady. As you can see, you know, this is real time. Really doesn't take me long to resolve the situation at all. And again, there's some like debris and whatnot underneath the nail, so it's just dead skin and what have you that gathers there. But it really is very easy for me to sort. So, you know, for me, the longer the better. I quite enjoy a nice little challenge there. So I'm quite happy to see the longest of nails doesn't bother me. So going back to people who have got really long nails and family members weren't aware of it, it tends to start off where people are managing their own foot care and everything, and then they start to get to a point where it's not so easy for them to manage their own foot care, and obviously things start to get a little bit harder to manage, as in they get longer, and then the person then starts to become a little bit embarrassed about them, and therefore is reluctant to sort of seek help because they're ashamed and embarrassed about them. And like I say, it tends then to be either when they're noticed to be kind of limping or having problems, or often admitted to hospital. So they'll be admitted for something completely unrelated. And part of that admission is where excuse me, the staff, the nursing staff, kind of do a body map, if you like, so they can map down any wounds, any abrasions, any bruises, or any problems on that person on admission, so that you know, they can make sure that anything they do leave hospital with wasn't there or was there to start with. And often, yeah, you know, these really poor or neglected nails do get picked up then. So most frequently, I come across these with new admissions to residential care, so nursing homes, etc., or say, you know, on discharge from hospital. Certainly at current times, I can't go into hospitals. Yeah, where it's been found that they're really neglected. But like I say, easy fix for me. Really doesn't take me too long. I quite enjoy these ones because, like I say, it doesn't take much at all from my perspective to get this patient walking comfortably and feeling so much better. Being able to put like normal shoes and everything on. Obviously, after we've cut everything, we give it a good file down because there's absolutely nothing worse than having nails catching on socks or stockings or bedding even. So we make sure they're nice and smoothed off. And I've taken, say, that big one quite low, but again, so this was before on the right foot. As you can see, they're curling right over, following the line of the toe often, and this is after, so you can see the indentations where the nails were, but yeah, this lady will be so much more comfortable now. So once again, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, that really helps us, and we'll see you again next week.